Hey there, Tubanites. It's your friendly neighborhood gun lover here with a new rifle. New old rifle? New to me, old to the world. This is, if we can try and get it in camera, this is a number, it says number 1 when I bought it, but I'm not entirely sure based on the stampings. And I don't know how well it's going to show up in light. Let's see if we can do it. Right? Let's see. Right there you can see it says number 1 mark, or number 4 mark 1, but it's lined out, and then right above that you see number 4 mark 1/2. You can also look right there-ish. Where is it? Yeah, right there. Real faint. It's 1943 stamped. So this bad boy's made in 1943. Buyer beware when buying from I don't want to pick on Classic Firearms here because they were upfront and honest about what they were selling me. It's my own ignorance that caused me to buy this rifle. So this was for sale on Classic Firearms. I bought this almost 3 years ago now, and of course I'm just now getting to a video. My apologies, but I've been wanting one of these for a while. Big fan of old military surplus, and of course they're getting harder and harder to find. And so these popped up on Classic Firearms, I believe, for $500, and these were surplus turn-in condition. Now, look, I'm not like read up on all of the conditions for certain things, but turn-in to me sounds like it's kind of beat up, and it could probably use some work. And that is kind of what this one looks like. It is like, it's not in horrible shape, and of course I did not watch enough Bloke on the Range before I took the majority of this apart and cleaned as much as I could, because it was beat up. Fair amount of rust. I mean, you can still see some that kind of on the surface there, just not, you know. But I mean, this bad boy, like I said, made in 1943, man, this bad boy's been used. You know, the British, they sent these things all over the world, and I'm sure this thing saw plenty of action. The bore is, if you look down the barrel, you can see rifling. It is not sharp, and it is not deep. As you'll see in the video coming up, we started out shooting at about 50 yards. So like sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. If you do watch some Bloke on the Range, he will tell you that a lot of these require tension on the barrel, which I think I may have achieved, maybe not. No, it was too much. So when I first took this top cover off, there was a piece of cloth or something right here that was keeping compression on it, and I thought I put it back in place. I don't remember now for sure, but these barrels need to be under tension in certain ways for them to be accurate. So I doubt highly that I got this put back together in a way that provides adequate tension on the barrel for it to be accurate. And you'll see in the first video, we're shooting at 50 yards, and I have no idea where I was hitting until maybe the second to last shot or the last shot. You'll see in the second clip where you actually see a chunk of the wood of the target frame coming down from the holder bracket. So not even the cardboard where the target is stuck on, the actual stick of wood that comes down, you can see a chunk of it fall off. So at 50 yards, this thing was probably hitting 2 foot high, 2.5, something like that. All right, and so we discovered that after we walked down and looked at the target. And so I'm like, all right, well, I have no idea because I didn't see any holes on the paper, but I did see that one round on the thing. I was like, oh God, I'm way high. The second 2 clips, you'll see we moved it into 25 just to see where I was hitting. And so at that, I think I was holding at the bottom of the paper, and I was hitting at the top of the paper. I thought I kept that target, but again, this was a while back, and so I don't know where that is. This is all from my recollection, and just looking at it, you can see where the kind of the bullets are impacting from the dirt flying behind it. Outside of that, outside of all those problems, I really like this rifle. the whole cock on close, which is completely foreign to most of us, right? Most of our hunting rifles, even our own old bolt action, the .3 Springfields, you know, they were all quote unquote traditional cock on open. And so if you can watch, you see this is the hammer of the bolt that flies home. So when you push this close, here, get closer so you can see, you're actually cocking it right there. And then that is what drops and fires. Something else I forgot to tell you. When I bought this, I don't know, I don't remember how I found, oh, I do remember how I found it out. So I was dry firing it, because that's what you do. I was trying out the trigger, and it's got a decent trigger for an old rifle like this. But I remember I took the bolt out the one time, and the firing pin was sticking out the end of the bolt head. And I was like, well, that's not normal. And so I ended up, I think I figured out, there's a special tool that I ended up buying. I got the firing pin out and I had a broken firing pin. So that's another buyer beware when you're buying anything that says turn in condition, all right? I had a broken firing pin, so that was like $10, $15 part, and then the tool was like another $5 to, and I didn't have to have the tool. It did make it, it did make it easier to put that new firing pin back in, and even then I think I do need to get it back out, because after this range session I looked at all my primers and they were pushed out, so which means that I was hitting them too hard and puncturing them and causing them to pop out of the case. Outside of all that, this rifle was fun to shoot. The recoil is fine. It's not, if you're, you know, an M1 fan or any of the old kind of heavy calibers of those days, this shoots fine. It shoots like any of the other ones, maybe a little milder. Like I said, the trigger's fine. This one didn't eject, you know, according to modern standards, but you know, God knows when the last time the extractor spring was changed out or any of that. You know, this is an old piece. So the fact that it still functions and all and hits generally in the vicinity of where I pointed at is good. I would like to see more accuracy out of it, and that's something I'm going to work on in the future. Like I said, watch some more Look on the Range videos and get my stuff together. And then hopefully also right after I bought about 100 rounds of PPU ammo, which is good stuff. I have no problems with it, but I watched a bloke video and he was like, yeah, stay away from PPU. And I was like, now you tell me. So maybe some different ammo, adjust the sights, you know, go when I can spend a little more time, have a little more ammo. I bought this, man, I want to say I bought this early 2020. And if you remember anything about that time, you know, the ammo was not around, and especially for something kind of somewhat rare and obscure like this, at least in America. So it's still not easy to find, and if you can find it, it's not quite affordable yet, much like most things. But no, I look forward to spending more time with this, shooting it a little bit more. Again, trying to get, there's some like magic way that you flex the front and if it moves, or I don't remember. Like I said, I got to go back and watch some more bloke. He's my source of information on it. So anyways, real short video aside from all the jabbering that I've done for the last, whatever, does it even say? Didn't say on there. But please enjoy, and thank you very much for watching.
Trying to get you.
Look at these guys. Good work.
Have a good day.